Hey guys, my name is Ben Howard. Today we're out here at Jackson Park to finish up our round with finish line discs. If you haven't watched the front nine, I'd go back and watch that. But right now we're on hole 10. This is a par three, distance on this, 330, I believe. It's just down here tucked off to the left a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna take the rally and the torque and just throw both of them, just try to get them to push straight for a little while and then finish a little off to the left. With the rally as my actual shot because I think the torque's going to be a little too overstable for this shot because I don't really want it to land on edge, and I feel like the torque will, but I just have to give this a little bit of anhyzer and just keep it low. Just don't want to go right. Ah, dang. That was close. That's what I wanted out of that shot. That's yeah. I didn't get it quite as low as the rally, so it faded out a lot earlier than I meant for it to, but I really like how those two complement each other. Okay, so I ended up in a fairly okay spot. Got to about the edge of circle 2, maybe a little bit farther, but just get up and down and get out of the par. Ah, oh, dang it. Go, go. Okay, I can make that putt. Oh, dang. Sit. Don't do that. Okay. And I'm still getting used to putting with the premium plastic because it's just a little weird. It's a good feeling plastic. It's pretty grippy. It's just a little too grippy at some points. Like right now, it's really humid out here, so it's really easy for the disc to stick to my hands. But just something I gotta keep in mind. All right, guys, we're on hole 11. This is a par 3, 310 feet. Basket's just straight ahead. Really, all I'm trying to do is just hit this gap with something that'll kind of bend just a little right if I'm trying to park it. So I think I'm going to try the Supras, see if I can actually get a good release with the premium one. But the forged one will be my main shot. Keep bending right. Come on. Ah. Dang it. Not enough power. All right, let's see if I can get this one to bend. Ah, damn it. I got it to bend that time. I hit the stop. Oh, I might just rolled the creek. Come on. Ah, not enough power. So I think I might have figured out what the difference is between the two Supras. It might be what's making me misrelease with them. Let's see if I'll show you in just a second. All right, guys, we're on hole 12. This is a par 3, 260 feet. Basket's up here, tucked off to the right. But on this shot, I'm really just trying to throw something straight, trying to get the land on the side of the hill. And if I do that and get it pin high, I should have like a 25 to 30 foot putt. It's a death putt because this hill slopes all the way down, probably good 60 feet right of the basket. And there's an OB line over there if you get really unlucky. But most of the time, if I can just get myself up there, I can give myself a pretty easy putt. But I'm going to go with the composite on this one because I think I figured something out. And then my second shot, I'm going to try the arrow on a forehand just to see if I can get to match the gap. But I realized this arrow is actually a little bit deeper. I was wondering why I was misreleasing it, and I think it's just because I was trying to throw it just like the other Supra. When this one, it's almost like a micro bead, where it's not really a bead, but like the rim just kind of comes down to a point that's a little bit lower. So I'm gonna trying to think about it a little differently, treat it as a different disc, and see if that helps, just with that little bit of extra depth. There we go. Sit down. That's fine. That'll give me like a 40-foot jump putt. Come back. Swing. Yeah, that worked. Yeah, from here you can see what I'm talking about. There's like just absolutely nothing behind the basket. So running this would not be a good idea at the moment. So just put it under the basket and get out of here with the par. Oh, it pulled it. Sit. Please sit. Okay. All right, guys, we're on hole 13. This is a par 3, 250 feet. Basket's just straight ahead. On this hole, you've got two gaps. You've got the straight gap, and then you've got this forehand gap off to the left. You kind of want to flex something just a little bit, but have it immediately dump once it gets pin high. Both of them work really well. Just kind of depends on what shot you feel comfortable with. But I'm going to take the pace as my main play. Just throw it up the middle, and then I'll try forehand with the torque through the left gap. Ah, dang it. Ooh, stay in the middle. Thank you. That's fine. All right. Let's see. Oh, gosh. I'm still trying to work in that new power grip. And it's working fine. It's just I'm not very consistent with it yet. Still got to put some more work in with it. Try a forehand with the pace. I really don't have any other option. And we're not too far from the basket. Just got to be careful and make sure that I actually release this where I want to. Cause it's hard to forehand these really deep putters, but got it. Oh, dang it. Oh, go, 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 go. Woo, got away with that one. All right, guys, we're on hole 14. This one's a par 4, 456 feet. We're going up into the tree line, past the red basket. On this hole, really just trying to throw something at the red basket, trying to get it to fade off of it. If I get like 80 to 100 feet left of the basket, that typically gives me a really straight, just clean shot up the gut, right up to the yellow basket. So we're going to try that. I think I'm just going to throw all the fairway drivers on this hole because this is pretty much the last open shot. I'm going to go with the composite era as my main shot, and then we'll see what the rest of them do. Wow, that thing is so nice. Okay, I'm actually in the ditch past the basket, which isn't, or not past the basket, I'm in the ditch past the red basket, which isn't a bad spot typically. I'll probably just have to scramble a little bit more than I would like. But let's see if I can correct that with the forged era. Oh, that time it flipped. Yep, and long again. All right, let's see. I'll go rally next. Yeah, that's pretty comparable to the composite era. Just a little bit slower. And then finally, the torque. Dadgummit, get through that branch. Oh, yeah, you can see how overstable that thing is. I actually went pretty far though. It went a little bit farther than the rally, surprisingly, which granted I gave it more height and more room to work with, but that's actually kind of cool to see because it kind of shows you these discs all, especially at least the fairway drivers, they all complement each other very well. You've got the rally in the middle, which kind of acts as your baseline. Then you've got the torque, which is a little more overstable than that. You've got the composite era, which goes a little bit farther, but gives you the same flight. And then you've got the forged era, which is a little more understable version of both of those. So that's really nice to see. I'll be curious to see, because I know they're adding in the two distance drivers. So hopefully they can kind of do the same thing where you've got, I don't remember what the discs are called, but you'll have like a farther version of the composite era and you'll have a farther version of the forged era. All right, so I don't know if y'all could see me or not, but down here in the ditch, actually ended up in a really good spot. Got just a straight shot at the basket. Just gonna have to do a little patent pending, step out, but shouldn't be too difficult to get up and down. Need a little ante on that. Sit down. Oh yeah, that's a putt. Go. All right, guys, we're on hole 15. This is a par 4, 465 feet. We're playing from the long tee pad. Well, I don't really know. It didn't say which basket we're in. It's not really a big difference. I think the two pin placements are like 40 feet apart, but really just matter. It'll matter on the second shot, but it won't matter for this tee shot. Because all I'm trying to do is just hit this gap with something that'll push straight and bend a little right. So I'm gonna go with the Composite Supra backhand as my main shot, and then I want to try a forehand with the rally. Hey, gummit. Nope. Okay, that's fine. I can get up and I'm probably not up and down from there, but I can get a par from there. I don't know why I can't. I'm trying to release that thing like I want to. I'm just in my own head about it. Like this doesn't feel bad. Just can't. I don't know why. It's weird. All right, rally forehand. There we go. Oh, it turned a little bit. Yeah, right in the middle. Okay, they kind of flew kind of like a mix between the composite and the forged era on the forehand. Actually, that flew really nice. Give the torque another chance on a forehand. Just step out. Really just got to beat. If I can get left side of this tree and then get it to bend around it, that'll be really good and get me out in the open. Get a nice clean shot of the fairway, but. Nope. I think that's short of all the really bad stuff off to the right. It might not be too bad, but getting a par from there is going to be pretty tricky. Okay, so not as bad as I was thinking it might be, but getting a par is going to be difficult. Hopefully you can see the basket. It's kind of blocked by a tree, but I'm only like 180 feet from the basket, so I'm just going to have to kind of poke and hope on this one a little bit. Dang, that was the one tree I knew I had to beat. Dang, I hit the line I wanted to. Let's see what kind of putt they gives me. All right, so I got about 45 footer to save my par. Let's go ahead and get it. Nope. Online, not enough height. All right, guys, so on hole 16, par 3, 220 feet, just straight ahead. Going slightly downhill, the basket's on the slope, so I really got to make sure I get this to land, match the slope, but fairly, probably the easiest hole on the course. So let's go in straight at the basket with the pace, see if we can give it an ace run. Oh man, that thing's going in my bag for sure. That thing flies so nice. All right, guys, so we're on hole 17. This is a par 3, 230 feet. Basket's through this gap, took slightly off to the right. As you can kind of tell, the ground sloped from right to left. So preferable play is a forehand, just so it kind of sticks in the side of the hill and doesn't roll down, which is kind of a 50-50 either way. But I'm going to do a forehand with the rally, and I want to try a backhand with the Forged Supra and see if I can get the Supra to kind of bend right late and see what I can do with the rally. I'm going to go with the rally as my main play, though. Get off that. Woo! Yeah. Get up there. Go. Now I got to wait and see if it rolls down the hill. There it is. And I think it stopped, but I don't know. We'll find out when we get up there. For the Supra. just right down the middle. Had a lot better ground action than the rally. Let's see what we got. Sorry, I thought y'all would be able to see me, but I'm behind like 20 trees. But I'll go ahead and pitch up. I'm only 45 feet from the basket, maybe, but still got a few gaps to hit. And I also hit a tree. Sit down. Don't roll. Oh, man. I actually gave it a good amount of height that time. I think it just does not have a lot of glide. It does not want to stay in the air very well. It kind of sucks as a putting putter, but it's a really good throwing putter for that. If you're, it's like with my Lunas, it's hard for me to power down on them because I feel like they're still going to go past the basket. But with this, I can just throw it normal and it'll go maybe 230 feet, maybe not that far. All right, guys, we're on hole 18, final hole of the video. This one, we're playing from the long tee pad to the long basket, which is a par 4, 516 feet. Off the tee, just trying to throw something straight as far as we can, and then have it fade really far left. And if I do it just right, I'll give myself an easy, like, 200-foot approach shot to the basket. But as you can tell, this is a pretty tough shot. I think I'm just going to go with both the Eras. I'm going to go with the Forged Era as my main shot, just because I'm going downhill a little bit, and I don't want any right movement on this shot at all. The Forged Era does have enough finish on it, so I could kind of like flip it up and get it to fade out, but I haven't thrown enough to figure out what angle to put it on to get it to flip up to flat. So just going to go flat and hard with the composite. Oh, get off that tree. Dang it. Okay, that's a good kick. It's just straight back. That's fine. I can get up and down from a par from there. For a par from there. Whatever. I'll try that hyzer flip with this thing. Dadgummit. Ugh, I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm trying to, yeah. I'm trying to lower my aiming point just a little bit, and it's throwing my timing off. Okay, so it ended up in an okay spot. I don't know if you actually see the yellow basket or not, but it's way out there, probably 200 feet past the red basket. So really just going to try and throw something around the red basket, or at least past it. I've been doing the pace good all day. I don't see any reason to stop doing it now. God, yes. That's so good. That's exactly what I wanted. Y'all know what I'm about to throw, so let's go ahead and put it under the basket. That time it flipped up on me a little bit. Sit down. Ooh. Must be some wind out there. It acted a little weird. I don't know what it was. I don't know if I just threw it too hard or what, but it just ended up kind of going a little long. I mean, it is a little bit of a downhill shot, but I wouldn't have thought it would have made it go this far past. But let's go and finish on a bang. Get there. Golly. I cannot get it there to save my life. All right, guys, I finished up our round out here at Jackson Park. Turns out I actually forgot to pick up both the Forged Supra and the Forged Era, so I have to go get those after this. But just to run through the discs real quick, I guess I'll go in like least favorite to favorite. I would say my least favorite out of these is the Torque. Granted, I never really threw a good shot with it, but as y'all could tell, it's really overstable disc, and with how domey it is, it just doesn't feel good on forehand. And I don't know, it's one of those discs that's probably nice for somebody like Drew Gibson, where he can hammer on this thing and get it to go far, but it just kind of feels, it feels like it doesn't really have a purpose for me, because I can't really forehand it, and it's too overstable for my backhand for a lot of shots. So kind of just one of those discs you throw in your bag for like one hole for one course and just kind of call it a day. But not a bad disc at all, just not for me. Next, I would say probably the Rally would be my next favorite, even though I really do like this thing. I feel like this is what the Torque was trying to be, or this is what the Torque will be for Drew Gibson, where like this is something I can throw, get it to push straight, but it will have a decent amount of fade at the end, and actually it's reliably I can throw it reliably on my forehand. Really fun fairway driver. I'd recommend this one a lot if you're looking for like a slightly overstable fairway driver. Next would be the Supra. Obviously this one I didn't have a great time with. I think they did retool it to make it just a little bit deeper, and I don't really like that. I don't like the feel of this one as much as the other one, but I mean, if you like deeper mid ranges, I'd give these a try, because it's just slightly understable. So it's just something you can throw on hyzer, get it to fade, throw it a tiny bit of hyzer, get it to pop up flat, push straight, or throw flat and kind of get to bend right. Just all around nice mid range. You can do a lot of stuff with it, and very comfortable. And at least the Forge one was. This one's just a little too deep for me. Let's see. Now the question is, which one of these do I like more? I definitely have to say the Era would be my next favorite. It's a weird fairway driver. There's not many like this where it's something I can throw really hard, but it's not. It's just so neutral. It's weird. It's not like the composite one's a little overstable, but compared to a lot of other fairway drivers, especially in a premium plastic like this, for it to be that straight, it's pretty wild. But I can do a lot of stuff with this disc. Kind of like I was talking about with the Supra. I can get it to bend right, flatten out, push straight, do anything with this thing. It might honestly be like one of the most comfortable fairway drivers I've ever felt in this plastic. At least the Era ones are a little weird feeling, but these feel really good. I would say these are probably like the perfect fairway driver for like a beginner or somebody trying to get in more into like the distance driver kind of area, where it's something you can throw. It's going to be reliably overstable for you, but as you get more power and progress, you're going to notice you're going to get to push farther and farther and eventually get this thing to flip for you. So I highly recommend these if you haven't ever tried them. And finally, the Pace, which is just such a good throwing putter. It's deep, but it's not too deep. It's not like the Sky Gods or anything like that, where like those things just feel like giant bricks in your hand. But it's right at the max end for me of like how deep a putter can be, and I would still find it comfortable. But aside from hole 18, I had really good throws with it, just really controllable. It didn't really matter what power I threw it on. It was going to just go dead straight and then kind of give me a little bit of fade depending on what angle I put it on. But if you're looking for a deeper throwing putter that's kind of like reminiscent of like a P2 or a AVR, these are really fun. Highly recommend these. But yeah, guys, that's the end of the video. If y'all got any other recommendations for discs I should try, companies, lines, anything else, please let me know in the comments. But thank y'all so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and y'all have a good one. Bye.